welcome to Engineering and You. You are aware that this is the season 2 of the inter-school competition, and I'm not here alone. My name is Tunde Olanino. Miriam is here with me.
Hello, Tunde. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It can only get better on the program.
Season 1 was exciting and rewarding to the children, but season 2 promises to be super exciting.
We promise you that you have never seen anything like this before, and you have not even seen it yet.
All right, it's a debate competition, not like season 1. Season 1 was quiz. This one is going to be a debate, and they are going to marshal their points. You are going to learn a lot. But before we'll take this very short break before we go. We'll introduce to you our judges and the team that are working with us. Don't go anywhere.
A lot of things are going to play key roles in assessing the students, from their vocabularies to their neatness to the way they answer questions and many more. In fact, we're going to implore you to be part of the judges for this wonderful competition. Engineering and New Quiz Debate this quarter is brought to you by Prince Engineer Yemisi Shilon FNSC in collaboration with Nigerian Society of Engineers, Abeokuta chapter.
All right, we'd like to take a very short break. When we return, the game is going to get started.
The game is the game.
All right, we're glad to know that you are still there. The program is Engineering and You, and it is sponsored by Prince Engineer Yemisi Shilon, FNSC, supported by the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Abeokuta branch. All right, the contestants are already on set. They are going to be discussing, is nuclear energy a viable solution to Nigeria's power challenges? That is the topic for discussion today. And speaking for this topic is FUNAAB International College. To my right, FUNAAB International College, welcome. Yes, and also we have speaking against this topic is LISABI Grammar School. All right, I haven't done that. I'm not going to be the judge in this case. You and my judges are already in the house, so they are from the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Abeokuta branch, and I'm sure they will do it justice with you. Please give them a round of applause.
Everyone, my name is Engineer Dr. Dulokwe Elishu, FNSC.
Thank you. My name is Engineer Dr. Adekunle Musa, FNS.
And I am Engineer Lushno Bamdili Agbaji, MNSC. I'm glad to be here today.
To keep our time for us, we have a very accurate timekeeper who is standing by, and his name is Jumat Ilufoye. Jumat, welcome.
Good day, esteemed panel of judges, timekeeper, my co-debaters, and the audience. My name is Adebayo Oluwatosin, and I'm here to give my take on the question, is nuclear energy a viable solution to Nigeria's power challenges? My response to this is an emphatic yes. Yes, it is the most viable solution to Nigeria's power challenges. But what exactly is nuclear energy? Nuclear energy is a form of energy which is gotten from the fusion of two atoms, mainly uranium-235 and plutonium-239. Nigeria is plagued with unstable electricity, insufficient distribution, and unreliable generation of electricity. Yes, we have other available resources we can use to generate energy for our country, but nuclear energy provides a more consistent and powerful and future-forward solution to this crisis. Now, nuclear energy, it is a very reliable source of energy to Nigeria, because once you install it, you install the power plant. We know that we have a reliable source somewhere. We know that we have something to provide energy for us in another place. It provides uninterrupted energy to us. As Nigerians, we've all wished that we have uninterrupted electricity when we are doing things. Like, imagine being here right now and they take lights. That is something we all do not like. We prefer to have uninterrupted power supply. Schools, industries, and hospitals, we all depend on electricity to carry out everyday activities. And nuclear energy as a reliable source provides this sufficiently for us. Did I mention that nuclear energy is environmentally friendly? It emits low greenhouse gases, which constitutes air pollution. Using nuclear energy, we can reduce air pollution, furthermore reducing climate change and global warming. I would like the rest to give to my co-debater so that she can speak up for where I left from. Thank you.
Good day, the chairman, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, co-debaters, and my distinguished audience. The personality standing before you here is Fagudolapo, a bona fide student of LISABI Grammar School. I rise to oppose the motion that states, is nuclear energy a viable solution to Nigerian power challenges? While nuclear energy sounds like a good idea, it is not realistic to Nigeria because nuclear energy is too expensive. Building a nuclear power plant costs billions of dollars. Nigeria do not have such money for such projects. Our schools, roads, and hospitals are underfunded. It is better to invest in cheaper and energy that we can afford, like the solar and hydro that we can actually afford. And moreover, Nigeria lack needed experts and technology to manage these nuclear power plants. Running a nuclear power plant can be very technical and dangerous if not properly handled. Nigeria lacks enough trained scientists, engineers, and even safety experts. Nuclear power plants can be very dangerous if not handled properly. And Nigeria do not have enough trained scientists and engineers, because these power plants are they can be very dangerous, like very, very dangerous. Welcome to Russia. Russia uses this nuclear power plant some time ago, and there was an outbreak. The safety experts made a little mistake by exposing the spent fuel, the uranium spent fuel. This causes a massive disaster in Russia, and it reached villages, towns, and this caused cancer, a lot of disease. It really caused a lot of disease. I would like to call out my representative speaker to continue the speech. Thank you.
Good day, panel of judges, timekeeper, co-debaters, my fellow audience and viewers. My name is Alani Victoria Ifolua, a student of FUNAAB International School, and I stand firm to say yes, nuclear energy is the most viable solution to Nigeria's power challenges. I would like to counter what my co-debater said. He said Nigeria lacks the funds to be able to power the nuclear power plants. But do you know that in Aso Rock, Tinubu is installing solar power plants which cost billions of dollars also, over $10 billion to be exact. So I would like to start my own point. High energy outputs. If we have nuclear power plants in Nigeria, we have a lot of electricity to perform domestic activities and industrial activities. Do you know a single nuclear power plant can power millions of people and in a wide range of area? Long-term cost efficiency. Although the initial cost of having a nuclear power plant is expensive, although the initial cost of maintaining, building, and installing the nuclear power plant is expensive, but along the long run, on the long run, it is durable, long-lasting, and inexpensive to maintain for decades to come. And I would like to hand over the mic to my co-debater for the summary. Thank you.
tonight.
On protocol duly observed. My name is Dictolu Esther, the supporting speaker of LISABI Grammar School, Idiaba. According to James Busher, a scientist for 50 years, nuclear energy power stations have produced three products, which are only a pneumatic one, which are bomb explosive plutonium, later radioactive waste, and electricity soldiers. It has to be heavily dangerous. They have to reduce nuclear energies because we can't use nuclear energies for Nigerians. And some times ago, the United States of America used it twice during the World War II. This nuclear energy is very dangerous. Can we avoid the consequences of nuclear energy in Nigeria? No, we can't avoid it. It's better to use cheaper energy than use this nuclear energy. I would like to hand over to my chief speaker to say more on this, because nuclear energy is not a good source of energy for Nigeria. Nigeria, we still need to develop on some limited needs. Thanks.
Standing on existing protocol, my name is Adebayo Atosin, here to pick up from my left. Nuclear energy has a very long operating time span. Once you've invested in it and you maintain it properly, there's a reliable source of energy that is going to last for decades to come. Like your generations are going to come forth and have the luxury of such a powerful source of energy. Other than that, nuclear energy or a nuclear power plant reduces noise pollution. I think this all resonates with us when I say that when you pass industries or busy neighborhoods and you hear the overlapping noises of generators, it's often frustrating or actually irritating because you might be thinking about something and then you hear noises and then you're distracted. A nuclear power plant doesn't create such noises, therefore reduces noise pollution and creates sound, peaceful environment for people to live peacefully in. I'll hand it over to my co-debater to pick up from where I left off. Thank you.
In addition to what I said, I want to say something about what my co-debater said earlier. She said Tinubu invested over 10 billion naira in solar panel in Aso Rock. Tinubu actually made the right decision, because if Tinubu had invested the money on nuclear power, he will also have to put in place some devices and technology that will have to dispose the waste made by the nuclear energy. And you also said that nuclear energy does not produce noise. Actually, solar energy too don't make noise, and it will be very good for us to invest in the solar or hydro power. I would like to move to my point, which is the first point I'm going to make today is the waste disposal problem, which I was saying before. Nuclear energy creates radioactive waste. Nigeria have problem with dealing with regular waste. How do we deal with nuclear waste without risking our lives? Because radioactive waste are more dangerous than irregular waste. Maintaining this waste, if you are using the deep geographical way to maintain this waste, it will go a long way, because we have to invest on the technologies that we are going to use to bury the plant, the spent fuel, and so on. These expenses won't be something that would we continue spending on these technologies. And I would like to furthermore by saying our poor leadership and corruption. Let us be honest. Nigeria struggle with corruption, mismanagement, and poor maintenance. Giving nuclear power to this kind of system is like giving a sharp knife to a child. It's very dangerous. And in conclusion, nuclear energy is just too expensive, too dangerous, and not practical for Nigeria. Thank you.
Standing on existing protocol, my name is Olani Victoria Ifeoluwa. With the right allocation of funds and severe maintenance and meticulous maintenance to the nuclear power plants, I believe that Nigeria will be better, because fossil fuels and gas release high levels of carbon emission into the atmosphere, leading to climate change and global warming. We need to stop this because it's affecting the earth, it's affecting the earth's atmosphere, it's affecting our future generations, and it's affecting this generation right now. So in conclusion, with the right allocation of funds, with the right maintenance, with the right safety measures, and with the right security involvement, I believe that nuclear energy is the most viable solution to Nigeria's power challenge. Thank you.
In continuation to what I've said before, nuclear energy is not the solution to Nigeria's power challenges. We can use cheaper energy. See, Nigeria has a lot of sun, water, and wind. It's better to invest on the hydro energies and solar energy to make Nigeria have a stabilized power supply. Can Nigeria avoid such a risk? Because I can remember one of my teachers told me that in Nagasaki in Japan, the USA, the United States of America used the nuclear energy power because in the World War II. And it caused a lot of things to that country, Japan. Even if a pregnant woman, they will give birth to an abnormal child. They are far from there. Okay, if that we are now close to the nuclear energy, cancer, it can cause cancer. Some of disease, right? It's not good to use that nuclear energy. I will advise you to. Thanks.
All right, we've come to the end of the back and forth between FUNAAB International School and LISABI Grammar School, and they've argued for and against. The topic is nuclear energy a viable solution for Nigeria's challenges. So, like I said earlier, I'm not the judge. The judges are here. So we'll go over to them to know who is the winner, who argued better and who argued less.
After a spirited debate between FUNAAB International School and LISABI Grammar School on the motion, nuclear energy, a viable solution for Nigeria's power challenges, the arguments presented have shed light on the complexities of this issue. Key takeaways. The team in favor of the motion highlighted nuclear energy's reliability, efficiency, and potential to drive economic growth. They emphasized the importance of proper safety measures and international cooperation. On the other hand, the opposing team raised valid concerns about safety risks, high upfront costs, and nuclear waste disposal issues. They advocated for prioritizing renewable energy sources like solar and wind power. And now, we eagerly await the judge's decision to determine which team has presented the most compelling arguments. Will nuclear energy be deemed a viable solution for Nigeria's power challenges, or will renewable energy sources take center stage? The verdict is soon to be revealed.
Yeah, thank you very much once again for the beautiful presentation. Please, the audience, I will please give them another round of applause. And our students have really done justice to the topic: is nuclear energy a viable solution to Nigeria's power challenges? But before we present our results, I think we have to correct two impressions made during the course of the presentation. And the first one is that that $10 billion was invested in solar energy in Nigeria. I see that to be wrong. It is actually 10 billion naira, not $10 billion as mentioned by our students. So, but when you are having this kind of presentation that is expected to happen, but it is 10 billion naira. So let's put that into the report. And also, we also like to correct our students. It was not President Tinubu that invested that money. It is Nigerian government that made that investment. So, and as students, you are not expected to mention the name of the president just like that. So it is that's President Tinubu, or you say the Nigerian government. Is that taken? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, having said that, it is now time for us to present our reports of the assessment of our students. Now we examine them on some key areas. We examine the technical content of the presentation, the organization and the structure, the delivery and the, of the presentation, and also their responses to their contestants. And so also the vocabulary, the body language, and the outfit. These are essential components that we actually tested the students on. And after the whole assessment, I can leave that to my engineer Abade to present the results of the whole assessment. Engineer Abade.
Okay, I will do it in this order. The technical content of FUNAAB, they have 35 points. And for LISABI, we have 40 points. And for their rebuttal and responses, we have for FUNAAB International School 20 points, while LISABI scored 10. And for the tenses, vocabulary, body language, and outfit, FUNAAB scored a total mark of 30, while LISABI scored a total mark of 26. So for the sum total of their scores, FUNAAB International School have a total mark of 85 points, while LISABI have a total mark of 76 points.
Well, thank you for today's session between FUNAAB International Secondary School and LISABI Grammar School has been read out by my colleagues. The winner for today's session is FUNAAB International.
All right, that is the end of this week's edition of the Inter-School Competition of Engineering and Youth Season 2. Next week is another time. The program is sponsored by Prince Engineer MC Shilon FNSC. Thank you so much, sir, for what you do and bringing us to your viewing pleasure every Friday. Until next week, my name is Tunde Olanyo. Bye-bye.